you been working here?
So I'm a relatively new addition here. I just completed my fellowship training in forensics back in June and then started working here in July.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure, so I'm part of the pathology department. Pathology, broadly speaking, is the study of disease under which there are multiple subspecialties, one of which is forensic pathology. And so as a forensic pathologist, I'm involved in the medical legal aspects of medicine. A large part of that is the performance of autopsies. So what is an autopsy? An autopsy is a medical examination of the body, both externally and internally. So we look at the body first, externally, and we're documenting all of our findings there, including injuries or any sort of natural disease. That's followed by the internal examination. And so for that part, we actually make a surgical type incision so that we can remove the organs, and then I will examine them to look for any evidence of injury or disease. Again, this is all part of our goal to determine the cause of death.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So, in addition, one of the important parts of the autopsy as well is to collect bodily fluids such as blood, and that's sent to our toxicology department, which is luckily right here in this building as well. And while that's a big part of what I do, another large part of what I do is actually synthesizing all of the information, not only from my findings at autopsy, but all of the findings from all the various departments here. So coming from, for example, the investigative team as well as toxicology, all of that information really has to be synthesized into a final report, which will ultimately have the cause of death as well.
What is your favorite part about working at the Forensic Science Center?
So as I've kind of alluded to, we actually have multiple different groups of people all in one building. So we are really a team here. We're a forensic science center. So in addition to the pathologists and the morgue staff here, we also have all the investigators, the administrative team, as well as the toxicologists and their team. And so it's really nice in that we are all in one building. So if I have questions, for example, about a case, I can actually just walk across the hall, or I can walk upstairs and I can interact with the people who have that information firsthand. And that's really important as we're trying to put these cases together and tell the story of why this person died.
What personality trait do you most attribute your success to, and why?
So I think I'm a pretty analytical person, which again is important because what I do, the autopsy portion, is just one piece of the puzzle. I really do have to not only take that, those findings that I find at autopsy, but I have to synthesize it with all of the information, from the scene findings, from the investigators, from the medical records that we get, from the medical history that we get for that decedent, as well as any of the special studies like the toxicology or anything else that we order. So it's really important to logically put all of this information together so that you can give a very accurate cause of death and put together a coherent autopsy report for the families. And ultimately, that's really important since we are a service to the community.
Thank you.